Welcome to Mike's apartment, where we explore cuisine, drinks, and a lot of comedy along the way. I am Mike. I'm your host. With me is my co-host Thom. Thom, how are we doing tonight?
Well, I got started a little early tonight. I'm a little drunk, so
Oh, hot damn! You know what our viewers want.
ah, damn.
You know what
I've
they
been
want.
drinking those fucking beatbox things from a couple of videos ago. I don't know when that was, but
It was indeed. Tonight, though, we will be focusing on 19 crimes, the red blend specifically. Um,
which I think when I messaged you, so this was Snoop Dogg, right?
Well, he is on one of them, and I think he's also he's a shareholder in their company. I don't know how much of
Okay,
it he actually owns, but he's part of
but
that. So I don't
but I
know. Yeah, if you
when I
would.
saw it, so they had when I saw it at the liquor store. They had. Sorry, I'm petting my
It's
dog
okay.
Skeeter here.
No
He's
worries.
wanting attention. But when I saw it at the liquor store, I texted you because they had like Snoop Dogg. Which was obvious. The wine was obviously his face on the bottle,
Hmm.
and then there was this stuff next to it. And I was like, this looks like the Promethean.
He looks like
A
Frankenstein.
picture of a Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should do a video with this wine on the Promethean, but we're going to be talking about something else, which we'll talk about in just a minute.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately, they didn't have that one where I was, so we had to settle for this one. I will say this though, I am going to
that'll
be in Minnesota this weekend, so if I need to pick up
uh,
a bottle of Snoop Dogg's face wine, I will definitely do so.
we just might have to do a fucking video later this week, Mike,
Yeah,
together
and
in
I'm
person.
oh, and we're hoping for shorts. I've heard they can be good. So we're going to do a few shorts
Yes.
too for sure, if nothing else.
Hmm.
All right. So, um to the wine. Do you just want to dive in here? Let's just unless
Sure.
did you
Let me.
besides
So
besides knowing.
you already poured,
Yep, and so
but
just remember people when you pour, it's all in the wrist. You I can't quite 100, unfortunately I'll show it later. Um but yeah, you can it's all in the wrist for the pour. I did want to let my glass breathe a little bit, so I did pour
yeah,
it.
that was a good idea, Mike.
But
Letting it breathe. But I like to pour on the video, so
yeah, that may have been a better visual choice, but I guess we're stuck with what we're stuck with.
visual. But I mean, you might get a better taste of the wine than I do because you let yours breathe.
Yeah, probably
So
just maybe like 20 minutes or so. I don't think it. I don't know. It can make a difference, definitely. And most sommeliers, which are just, you know, that just means wine steward, people like restaurants and, even just like connoisseurs that consider themselves wine experts, you know,
I
that's
got
what
my
they do.
fancy like
Oh yeah,
uh
your magnet thing.
cork. No. I'm not using the magnetic
Oh, you're
thing
not.
yet.
Oh, you're not.
I just have the corkscrew and a cork.
Yeah, that's definitely fancier than mine.
But so I'm sealing up my wine.
All right.
Are we ready? You
Yep.
want a drink?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Toast.
Salute.
Salud.
Okay. It's it's not as dry as I thought it would be. It's actually it's not bad.
So, well, we're doing the 19 Crimes Red Blend. What's because I have another red blend here. Let me see. So I have these two red blends
Yeah, I only got
because you
the
mentioned you got a red blend, but
I only have the white bottle. Yeah, but or the white
so
label,
the
the white
black one
label.
here is aged 30 days in rum barrels.
Interesting.
Yes. So I'll be trying that later on. But
So I believe, um, and it's okay that this is quite a this is quite a turn of this is quite a role reversal for us, Tom, because I know a little bit more about this wine than you may not. This wine,
no, really.
the pictures on all of the wine are, except for Snoop Dogg, obviously, because he wasn't around
Yep.
there. A long time ago, a lot of people didn't realize this. Australia was a penal colony. They sent all their
Yes.
prisoners from Europe, especially England. They sent their prisoners to Australia. The
Mm,
19 crimes description comes from among all of the tens of thousands of penal colonists that went there, the prisoners. They only among them all they only committed 19 crimes. Now,
mm.
why Snoop Dogg is involved, I can't say specifically. I don't actually know that Snoop Dogg has really ever. I mean, I think when he was younger, maybe he had some crimes he did, but like,
Yeah, I'm assuming that most of those like rappers like him and yeah, I am assuming that they all were kind of involved in some kind of crime at some point. But
especially the '90s rappers. I think as
yeah,
time went
yeah.
on, it became less and less of a thing. But yeah, they were
Well, I mean, you had stories of some of them killing each other or whatever, but uh,
Tupac and
whatever.
Biggie. East West,
Yeah,
East Coast, West Coast. If I can say it, East Coast, West Coast rivalry. I can't even say that
yeah, they did. They had that rivalry. I
yeah,
mean,
and that was a real thing
uh,
for like Tom and I were like teenagers when that was going on.
yeah.
So for us, that wasn't just like
Mama
some
said
story.
knock you out. Who was that? That was Mama said knock you out was shit.
Not Chris Tucker.
No.
I don't remember.
No, he wasn't a rapper, was he?
No, but
Chris
he was
Tucker?
in he was in Friday with Ice Cube. He was
Mm.
the guy who stood up and went over that person and he was like, "You got knocked." Hold on, I gotta say it with his voice. You got knocked the fuck out. I'm probably going too high there, but Chris Tucker. If Chris Tucker ever sees,
You
well, he
can't
won't.
go
But
too high on Chris Tucker, Mike.
you got knocked the fuck out. Probably shouldn't watch the F word. Well, we will if we ever
So
get a sponsor. We have not had one yet.
I wonder
Oh,
why.
I have absolutely no idea why. I'm just kidding. Um, all right,
Skeeter
so
says hi, everybody. Skeeter gives you everybody's love.
and there's no truer love than the love from a dog. Man's best friend, but actually human's best friend. Everyone's best
Yeah,
friend.
yeah. Ask Mike. Pardon me. Ask our two friends who helped me move this weekend how friendly my dogs were to them.
I would guess extremely.
No, they were like really nervous.
Well, they
So
say
it
animals
might
can
have been
sense
better for me
evil.
to.
Animals can sense evil, Tom. Maybe our friends aren't who we think they are.
You don't know Jack, Mike. You don't know Jack. But
I've known Jack since I was 11 years old.
oh,
And Makai.
all right.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry. I'm sorry.
okay,
And the
okay.
M. I'm sorry. We can't say the M word all the way because we know he watches this. The other M friend, though, I've known slight. Yeah, we've been good friends since just a few years after
Wait,
that. But
are you talking about our friend myocardial infarction, heart attack?
yes, Malachi.
So,
Malachi, I think his name is. I'm just kidding. That's not his
all
name.
right. So we have this wine. Uh, do we want to do our rating on it and then get into the Lord of the Rings?
Let's give it another couple minutes, if that's okay. And I love how we're directing the show as we're doing it. But I will say this: we have a couple more minutes before we need to jump at that. Plus, I'll be honest with you, Tom. I'm not. I'm actually, and I hate to ruin all of our viewers' expectations. I'm actually enjoying this wine. I normally, I like, I hate like that dry like Chianti
Mhm.
type wine
Oh
that's just
yeah.
like nasty. This this red blend though from 19 Crimes, I hate to say it, I'm really enjoying myself. I'm drinking it
Mike,
and I'm feeling it, and it's
don't
like
don't hate yourself for liking something.
this is really this is really nice. Actually, this is quite pleasant. I really,
I'm enjoying it as well.
Tom, this was an excellent idea from you, an excellent suggestion. Mm.
You know, Mike, I never suggest something that I don't think I might enjoy.
Wow, it's really good. Actually, crap, and I'm not even like a huge wine drinker.
Hmm.
I usually like beers and like ales. I'm actually I don't really like hard liquor that much either, but this is something different. And maybe it's because I let mine breathe. I don't know, but
Yeah, that could be it.
it's
I
really
mean, I mean,
good.
I'm enjoying mine all right, but I didn't let mine breathe the way you did. But it's been breathing for a little bit.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna show the pour, I might as well show it. Yeah, so it's just like a little twist of the wrist. I don't, the thing is, I don't know. With the webcam, it's actually kind of difficult to do that without moving it. So I'll just say this: you can find it online. You can see whatever. You take, so pretend this hand has the bottle, this hand has the glass. When you pour it, just do a little twist. That's it. That's the little secret.
A little twist.
Little twist of the wrist. That's all it is. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a sommelier. I'm not even like normally. I'm not even like a big wine fan. But I think this is why I wanted to give it another couple minutes just to make sure that
Yeah.
this is what I really feel. But I'm feeling
So
good about
you you
this. I'm feeling
you,
good.
you mentioned the magnet
Oh, the magnet.
I have. So there, yeah. So in wine they have, was it called tannins?
Yep.
And there's my ex-wife and I. At one point, we were trying different things with wine, and she got this magnet thing you can put on the bottle. It fits on the it fits on the neck, like kind of like a fist, like this. And the uh, the magnets, of course, they have different polarities, right? So if you have positive and negative, so you can put the magnet on with that, with the positive negative facing one way, and you can flip it over,
Yeah,
and it
there's little
it it
flecks
really
of
does.
metal in wine. Yeah, there's little flecks
Yeah.
of metal that can be attracted or unattracted
Mhm.
by the
And
magnet.
it does affect the flavor of the wine. I I'm not a wine connoisseur or whatever, but
This,
I mean there were some times when I found that the it made me favor like the wine with the pouring it with the polarity facing one way versus another, but overall, I mean,
I wonder if my dentist is gonna notice the red stain to my teeth after this.
say that again, Mike.
I said I wonder if my dentist is gonna care about the red stain on my teeth. He's gonna be like, "What you been drinking? What you been drinking? I can see it on your teeth."
Okay, so can I tell you a funny story?
Sure.
So back early on in my marriage, I was working at a large insurance company doing like back office, face down like paperwork kind of processing like investments and stuff like that. But my ex wife went to the dentist, and we I think we both went to the dentist about the same time. And the dentist told my ex wife, "You got to stop drinking tea because it's staining your teeth.
Oh my.
You got to stop drinking tea because it's staining your teeth." I drink coffee like every day, like 6 cups of coffee a day. And the dentist never ever said anything to me about needing to stop drinking coffee because it's staining my teeth.
Well, I will just say genetics. Part of it is genetics.
Yes, yeah. I think I got lucky on the
You
genetics side
did,
of
yeah.
things.
You have a marvelous set of pearly whites, Tom. If I do say so
Hey,
myself.
look at this.
Yeah, those are nice. Mine are not quite as nice as yours. I don't think, but
I remember
I mean,
when I was in
still see the dentist every 6 months.
when
So
I went my after I graduated high school, I went to a community college to get my associate's degree, whatever. And I met a girl who was in the dentistry program.
ooh,
Hi, Susie.
did she
Susie
wanna
says hi, everybody.
did she wanna
So
did she wanna practice on you?
she did. She
Ooh, a
did a little bit
little.
of work on my teeth,
Was it
but
kind of a turn on? Well, maybe for her,
she
maybe
was
not for
cute.
you.
She was very cute, and
She was
I
like,
really I kind of had a little bit of a crush on her. But she said to me, "Dang, aside from I have one tooth down here that's pushed back a little bit from when I had uh, wisdom teeth that needed to be taken out. That pushed
sure.
everything out of order. But otherwise, she's like, you have like movie star teeth. I'm fucking jealous. So, so I got lucky in that regard.
Yeah,
But
God, what's the word? I had shit, I can't even remember the word. I had whatever the so all four of my wisdom teeth I had removed at the same time, and
mhm.
it was to the point though where they couldn't just pull them out. They had to go in,
Mhm.
break them, and then take them out in pieces. But I was not put under because I'm a control
Oh,
freak.
really?
I'm a control freak. I watched the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds
Oh,
movie
yeah.
while so they had like these movie goggles, and it was only with my
Oh, really?
insurance it was only like $10 more or something like that. It was ridiculous. Like it was so cheap. I was like, yeah, I'd rather watch a movie. So it's not the best movie though to like get heart your heart rate up while you're watching Tom Cruise, like trying to not get killed by aliens and whatever.
Yeah.
But that's how I had no. I refused to be put under. I was like, I don't want to do that.
No, dang it. When I had my wisdom teeth taken out, so they I was supposed to have them taken out when I was like 18. But I don't know what my mom did, but my our insurance whatever was canceled, so I didn't get my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 18. So fast forward till after I'm married and I have like health insurance. Hey,
And
shh,
and
relax.
how old would you guess you were if you had to guess?
About 28, 29, maybe 30.
Oh, you're almost 30. Okay, wow, that is late.
Yeah, I was it was a long time after I was supposed to have my wisdom teeth taken out. But they did like the x-rays and they found that I had like an extra tooth in my jaw.
A
And
fifth?
then
You had
after
a
they
fifth? You had a fifth wisdom tooth? Like a
I
fifth?
did, I technically had six.
You're a mutant. No, you were
I
six?
was. I
Six?
was a mutant.
God,
Uh
you used to be so
so
wise until they were
yeah,
taken out.
no, but I did not I had this image of like a dentist standing over top of me on the 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 bed whatever that I would be on, like going and cranking on my jaw and hearing things crack and all that crap. I did not want to remember any of that shit. So I said, "Put me under." And so when they took my wisdom teeth out, I remember talking to the anesthesiologist. And then I passed out and I woke up in my little bed and my ex-wife was there to take me home and they took out the four teeth, well technically the five, and then there was a sixth that was a partially grown tooth that they took out.
Interesting. I will say, kind of similar story, except I never was put under. Yeah, the dentist put his hand up on my shoulder, and he cranked his other hand in my mouth. It's
Mm-mm.
not compound. I really don't remember the word. There is a word for when they have to break up each of the teeth because they're too far in. I only had four. But I will
Mm-mm.
say also, an ex wife story. Yeah, I was married at the time. I think I was in my younger 20s though. I don't remember exactly how old. But yeah, I remember going to the pharmacist to get my pain meds and whatever, and all both of my cheeks were so swollen I couldn't even speak to the pharmacist because I was
Mm,
like and I just had these big cheeks, and so my ex had to talk to the person to get you
yeah.
know. But anyways, all right, let's if anyone has a wisdom tooth story they want to share, put it in the comments. Let us know. We'll talk about it. But all right,
Yeah.
we've probably
And
gone
we'll make fun of you because that's what we do.
almost never. But anyways, all right. So let's do this. So Mike's apartment. We have a scale. Five. Five is ambrosia. It's the best of the best. It's food of the gods. It's everything you wanted the drink to be, I guess. Zero. Zero is shit. Shit of the gods. It's what you it's the opposite of that. The antithesis of what you wanted it to be. All right, Tom. Lay it on us. Where is 19 crimes? Where does that fall on the scale and why?
You know, this might not be the best rating for me, but or I think I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay. That's pretty good still. That's pretty high.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. Uh, I think it would if I had a different wine to give to guests, I'd give them that and save this for me. But I don't know. I think I'm really enjoying it.
I have to agree. All right. I'm not going to give it as high of a rating as you did, but pretty high. I'm going to just say 3.75. It's actually like as someone who's not a big wine drinker,
Yeah.
especially not red wine, especially I don't even know exactly how to say it. I can't even put it into words what I'm feeling right now. But this is some good shit, guys. It's actually really tasty. You give it a
I
chance. I mean, this is good.
yeah.
I mean, oh man.
I shit. We might need to get fucked up on Thursday when you come uptown
I mean,
on this.
yeah. I mean, that would definitely be a thing. But all right. So there you have it. Tom gives it a 4. I give it a 3.75. I would say to interpret that rating, this is definitely something you probably will enjoy. Even if you're not a wine fan or even if you're not a red
Yeah.
wine fan, I think you'll like. I don't know what they
We're
did.
not we're not pairing this with anything.
No.
I think if we were to pair it with like a good steak or something, that might elevate it even more.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that might be in one of our shorts that we do for Saturday. But we'll save that. Well,
Saturday.
Saturday the 23rd. Yeah, 4 days or 5 days from today, whatever it is. All right. We'll go into that though later. As people may or may not know, like what are we exactly? Like what? Why do we, outside of our pure egos, why do we think that we could be up here? Well,
I'm sitting in my emperor's throne here, Mike. Let's talk about egos.
well, if you want to talk about an emperor's clothes, I could definitely no. Oh, um, that's okay.
Wait.
That's
Hold
okay.
on,
I'm
hold on.
male.
Let me get off. Let me get this stuff off and show you my emperor's new
The
clothes.
emperor's new clothes. What I will say is this: so I am a home cook. Uh, I would like to think of myself as really good. I'm not a chef. I don't work in a kitchen. I don't work in any kind of professional environment.
The stuff you cook, Mike, looks like delicacies
Well,
compared to what I cook.
some of yeah, we all have a role. So anyway, so I'm a home cook with delusions of grandeur, and Tom, he is actually a musician
Yes.
with a little bit of a weakness for the alcohol.
Nah.
Little bit of weakness for it, but I mean, long story short, though, we're neither one of us is necessarily like the alcohol experts here, but we're just trying to,
No.
we are trying things, because we hope to share, what our taste is, what we think is good, what we, believe would you might like. And if we do this for you, you enjoy the show, hey, it's a win for both of us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and even if you disagree with us, we want to hear it. Like, put in the comments, or honestly, hop on the Facebook and start DMing me. Trust me when I say, trust me, despite the whatever, I don't even know what they're called on Facebook, because I'm such a social media moron, and no, there's no one running our social media for us. It's just me.
It's us. It's Mike.
Well,
Mike runs our Facebook.
unless you hop on Tom's stuff, then he runs it. But yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just one of those things. Yeah, Tom's a musician. I'm a home cook. We're not necessarily like, we don't claim to be the know all end all whatever. We're open to new things too. So again, if you want to see
We're
like,
basically your average Joe when it comes to like our
yeah,
taste testing or whatever.
we are lowbrow. We are the people of the working class, more or less.
Except I have an emperor's throne right
Besides,
now.
yeah, besides that, that's exactly what we are. But okay, so long story short, that's kind of where we're at, and that's what we think. So again, Tom 4, I'm 3.75. So this is gonna be something we highly recommend, and
Yeah.
you should try it. And we will, I believe, like after this, we're gonna try the other varieties of 19 crimes,
No, I'm
including
a fucking A. I
Snoop
already
Dogg, including Snoop
drank
Dogg.
2 bottles of the Snoop Dogg
Well,
wine,
well, get
and I
ready for
have
more.
this. I have this. Uh, it's another red blend for
Well,
the 19 crimes that I gotta
we're
fucking get
gonna
through.
we'll try them all. I mean, I think eventually here we'll get to them. All right. So,
Maybe I'll save that red blend for when you're here, Mike.
okay, yeah, no, that'd be great. I actually have a bottle of something for you too, but I'll tell you about it later. Um, I got something for you too, man. All right,
Love you, Mike. You're such a good friend, even though you fucking hate me in our role playing games.
all right.
But
Tom,
Lord of the Rings.
let me make the sound. I am not Howard Shore, but he did write an awesome. Well, for all three, so we're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, specifically the films from
Mm-hmm.
2001, 2002,
Mm-hmm.
2003,
Mm-hmm.
which were Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King. So we're gonna talk about the movies basically. Tom and I could talk about the books. I have read
Yeah.
them more than a few times. He's gone through the audiobooks. Um, but anyways, oh yeah, my Howard Shore. Do 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 do. Is that any good? As a musician, does it have any merit? No, I'm just kidding.
That's adequate.
It's adequate. All right, so Lord of the Rings. Oh my God, where do you even begin? Where do you even start? I guess maybe we should begin at the beginning. Fellowship. So kind of the
Yeah.
story is, so the Lord of the Rings. It's not really a secret because they show you. I mean, so it's a guy. We say a guy, a dark force, a dark angel, like a demon. Even this a race of, because you've gone through Silmarillion, right? So the Maya in
Mm-hmm.
in so J.R.R. Tolkien's. No, just J.R. Tolkien. Sorry, I'm thinking of. I may be getting confused with my fantasy there. Anyways, long story.
J.R.R.
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
Yep, got it. He was in World War One, not two, but one, and
So he was from the what
England.
do they call it? The Greatest Generation.
I think
So
it
the
was.
Greatest
I think it was
Generation. Then you
before
had
then.
the
No, the Greatest Generation was World War Two. It was before. He was before
was
that.
it?
Yeah. So, long story short, he was like an English major. He wrote some fantasy books, and we say some fantasy books. He basically fathered the fantasy genre, to which probably tens of thousands of authors have written
Well,
about.
he was in a writing group with other authors, like C.S. Lewis, right?
He may have
C.S. Lewis,
been
who did the Lord of the Lion to
no,
Which an Award
yeah,
with.
Lion the Witch and the
I thought they were all friends, right?
but very different
Those
types
two
of
guys,
fantasy though, right? So like
different kinds of fantasy,
so
but yeah,
so but when you
but I
see
think they were all
elves,
friends.
but like when you talk about like the fantasy genre, there's elves, dwarves, what Dungeons and Dragons was based on for fantasy, which
Yeah,
obviously that was super popular. Obviously that was a pretty popular game system that turned into all kinds of other
what you're
things.
saying is that
I'm saying Papa
uh,
Token started it all for fantasy. He
to, to, Tolkien started off the whole like 80s uh, Dungeons and Dragons as evil and making people commit
I don't think
human
I
sacrifice.
don't know that he was even alive during that time, but I will say
No,
no.
I'm being very
You're being very
sarcastic,
facetious.
but D&D, as far as I know, was based on C.S. Lewis's Lord of the Rings and stuff.
You mean Tokens, Lord of the Rings? Yeah.
Yeah, Tolkien's Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So CS, well, you know what?
You,
We
you
could do
know
that.
this wine is really good. Let me tell you how good this is.
Let's just say this. We'll do another. We'll do maybe even the next episode. We will do an episode on C.S. Lewis and his fantasy because I can talk to a great degree about that as well.
Holy shit! Really? Okay, good.
I can. Yeah, I've read every book. All right. So what I will say is this with, but let's stick to Token here. So kind of like Lord of the Rings. Who is the Lord of the Rings? It's Sauron. He's an evil,
Yes.
dark. What this race called the Maya. They're kind of like angels, sort of. Again, you have to understand Token. It was sort of religious in some ways. He
Yeah.
created these. He created these rings. He created 3 for the elves, uh, 7 for the dwarf lords, and 9 for the race of men, but humans. But they were all male actually in that case. But we're not trying to be whatever. That's what the fantasy is. We didn't write it. We didn't write it. We're just
Mm.
reporting on it.
No, 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 no. We're just reporting on it.
But he betrayed them all. He created one ring to rule them all, one ring to bind them, one ring in the darkness, and something. I don't even know.
And
And
one ring to bind them all,
yeah.
or
So
something
so
like that.
anyways, so he betrayed them. Um, the 3 elves. Well, okay. So one of them was an elvish lady. Her name was Galadriel. She was powerful enough to use the ring, but not get whatever. The 2 other elven dudes gave their rings away, and they left for the west corner, whatever that is, the elvish land of the afterlife, whatever it's supposed to be.
The never ending or dying lands or
So
whatever.
yeah, so those 2 elven lords, one of them gave the ring to Elrond. He's a half elf, who kind of became a
Elrond's
little.
a half elf.
Yep, he's a half elf. He's half human, half elf. But he chose. Here's the difference, though. He chose his elven part. That's why he was immortal. He was able to stay. He could live forever, more or less, I guess. So he had one of the rings, and then the other ring went to Gandalf. Gandalf is
What?
not an elf. Yep, the other ring. Yep, Gandalf had one of the elven rings. He it was the ring of fire, like it was called Nenya or something. Maybe that was Galadriel's ring.
Wow.
Honestly, I can't remember exactly. Long story short, he had the ring of fire, but it wasn't like fire magic. It was like he could he could give you courage and hope against despair. So no matter how much despair Sauron, the Dark Lord Sauron was giving you, he could create hope and a resistance to that despair that they were feeling. Anyways, the 7 dwarven lords, what happened to them? I think they all got fucked up. They all became kind of monsters. And same thing with the 9 men. They became ring wraiths. So one of the inherent powers of all these rings is to turn you invisible. The ring wraiths,
All of the rings had that.
yep, they all had that basic power. They all kind of split off, though. They had more powers than that. I think it's probably way too much to go into here. Though I could. but I dare not. I dare not. And we got some time left, but we got to cover the other movies too still. So anyway, so long story short, the whole backstory of this is Sauron has a master ring to rule them all, and the free peoples of Middle Earth. Middle Earth is where all these people live. There's humans, elves, dwarves. There's hobbits. There's goblins and
Hobbits
orcs.
is
Hobbits is. That's right. So basically, the story focuses though on, well, the movies. Let's just talk about the movies. Focuses on, in the first movie, anyways. It's the Fellowship of the Ring. So the ring has a dark influence, right? Like, why is it so scary? Like, why is it whatever? It can corrupt you. It can turn the best of your intentions into evil desires and make it acceptable to you. At first, yeah, you just put on the ring, and it's like, oh, I can turn invisible, and it feels nice. But it's a corrupting influence because
mm-hmm.
part of Sauron is in that ring. His cruelty, his malice, his wish to dominate all life, all poured into that ring. So to Sauron, it's not just like a ring; it's part of himself, and he
Mm-hmm.
desires it. So he threw it out there to kind of build to sow corruption and to make basically
Yeah.
slaves for himself, more or less. But
It it, it,
it went
it
too
it
far.
feels to me like for a maybe a younger audience, the whole crux from Harry Potter. The whole
That's
crux.
a whole nother
Uh,
show.
that's a whole other story. Yes, but he who shall not be named had what, seven Horcruxes, and with the Lord of the Rings, the ring was a way for him to stay attached to the to our reality, so he could come back and assume
Well,
control.
and that's one of the things. His physical body was destroyed. So
Yes, it was,
he was more of a
which was
spiritual
displayed
force.
in the Lord of the Rings movie.
Well, yeah, and that was, I believe that
Fellowship
was like
Rings.
the intro. I believe it, like right
Yeah,
before
it was.
Fellowship, it showed you like what exactly happened in that. The last of alliance of men and elves. And Isildur, he actually struck.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, Sauron's physical body was destroyed, but he was a spiritual force still. He was so powerful, he could exert
Yes.
himself like,
According to the Cimmerillion, he was a race of angels.
yep, Maya.
He was
Yep.
a part of a
Called
race of angels,
Yep,
right?
called
But
the
just
Maya or Maya. Yeah, just like
like
Gandalf was.
Saruman
Yep.
and
Yep, Saruman, Gandalf also.
Gandalf,
Um
they were like a lower rank of angels from the Cimmerillion,
and
right?
and it's kind of hard, and the thing is too, the Silmarillion. It's like is this something you want to read? Maybe. It's
Uh,
about as difficult
it's
as reading the Bible. Like you'll read like things like this
it's
person was the
yeah,
son of the son of the son. It's a lot of
yeah. There was
references, and it's more like an
yeah.
encyclopedia or a dictionary than a
Yeah, there
fantasy book.
were. I'm trying to think of the Old Testament books that were basically just that. It was just a genealogy. It was Deuteronomy 1 and 2 or whatever. I don't
I
remember.
think even
But
Genesis was to some.
well, Genesis had a lot of the genealogy too. But there were one or I think there's two books in the Bible that were basically just a genealogy. Um, we're not talking about the fucking
No.
Bible. Sorry.
Oh my God! Sacrilege, Tom! You will
No, no
burn.
sacrilege. We're talking about Lord of the Rings, and I brought up the
So
Bible and books that I can't remember, so it's not sacrilege.
just I'm just giving you
At
some
least I
shit.
don't think it is.
I'm just giving you some shit, man. Now, Sauron was a follower of Melkor, but again, go back to the Silmarillion if you want to read that story. For this story, it's enough to just know that Sauron's like a dark lord. He wants to corrupt and
Yes.
enslave everyone. He wants to take over everyone, everything in Middle Earth.
Yes.
So long story short, the Fellowship of the Ring was a resistance. So they basically, I mean, you can watch it. I don't believe there's any spoilers after all these years. But I'll just say this: the
After
Hobbit.
24 years, no
So
spoilers.
as you might notice, the rings given to each of the races did not include the hobbits. So hobbits
Yep.
had a special resistance to the corruptive forces of it, but it wasn't perfect because so Frodo is the main character of Lord of the Rings, but for the Hobbit it was Bilbo, and Bilbo
Yep.
gave his ring to Frodo. Well, he didn't want to, and he kept forgetting. Quote. Well, if you watch the movies, he kept forgetting, and that's a whole other series. Though we're not going to talk about the Hobbit
Yeah.
trilogy. That's a different trilogy than this. We're just talking about Lord of the Rings here. So
If I can say, I actually like the Hobbit movies,
I
but
like
some
them
people
too.
don't.
No, I thought they were fine too. We'll go into that maybe in another show. But Lord of the Rings. Okay, back to it. So Frodo is given this ring, and he doesn't know. He's supposed to go meet at this inn with Gandalf. Well, let's just say Gandalf doesn't make it.
What?
He meets with Aragorn. They go to Rivendell, which is where Elrond is, who has the Elvish ring as we talked about earlier, and he creates the Fellowship of the Ring, which are it's 9 individuals. Oh God, are we gonna go into them? Gandalf, Gimli the dwarf, Legolas the elf, Boromir the
Which, by the
human,
way, Legolas was there.
Orlando Bloom. No.
Orlando Bloom.
Yep.
No, Legolas was there because his father had sent him there, wasn't it? Was not
Yep,
the
and
reason.
he wasn't a high elf; he was a wood elf, slightly different than like Galadriel. But we're mincing words here. So all right, so we got Boromir, Aragorn, and then we have the 4 hobbits. So there's 5 of them.
Oh, wait,
Samwise,
Boromir.
Pippin. Who is it? Samwise, Pippin, Frodo, and who's the last one? Pip. God, There's another fucking Hobbit. I forget his name because the Hobbits were not big in the movies.
Oh, wait,
Shit.
wait, 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 wait,
I don't know.
wait. Say the Hobbit names again.
Pippin, Frodo, Samwise or Sam, and then
Mary.
Mary, yeah, Meriadoc. Even I think that was like his name. Anyways, so those were the
So,
9
but
companions. That was the fellowship.
Legolas was there because his dad sent him, according to the
Yeah.
books.
Well, I think he came from, if you remember that same kingdom where they threw everyone, or they threw the hobbits, they threw them in the barrels because they were the wood elves. They're not high elves. They're slightly
They
different
didn't throw in the barrels. That was
because they went down the
Bilbo.
waterfall
Like helped them escape, and he
in the
got them into the
barrels.
barrels.
Yeah, yeah. But those were okay. Anyways, we're mincing words here. They were wood elves, not high. They're slightly different than Galadriel's elves. They were the wood elves who lived, well, in the forest. They all live in the forest, but they're different elves. Okay, so long story. Let's keep going here. Um, okay, so they're trying to get. Here's the ultimate. The ultimate goal, though, is they want to take the ring, the one ring, this corrupting influence, and cast it into this volcano, which is in Mordor. They're trying to
Hmm.
cast because it's the only fire that's hot enough to burn the ring. Putting it in normal fire or any other means, even as you saw Gimli use his axe to, try to cut it and everything else,
Hmm.
you cannot just destroy the ring. The only thing,
It has to be destroyed in the fires where it was forged.
yep, Mordor or Mount Doom. Was it Mount Doom? Some,
Mount Doom, I believe,
yeah,
is the name of it. Yeah.
yeah. So it was forged there by Sauron before he lost his physical body. And he, and again, the thing to kind of understand is this: even if you threw the ring in the ocean, because at one point, Isildur was so. Okay, backing up a little bit here. So Isildur's father, and I don't remember his name, was killed by Sauron. And if you watch the movie, he has this big mace, and he's like blowing it around, just sending people flying, fucking everywhere, right? And Isildur's father was hit by that, and he went flying, and him and his sword were there, and Isildur took up his father's sword, and as very stupidly. So here's the part of the movie doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, Sauron has this big fucking mace, and he has to reach down with his hands towards Isildur. Anyways, and Sauron had the ring on. The ring was on Sauron's hand. But Isildur, with
Yeah.
what was left of the sword, sliced his hand, cutting off some of
Mm-hmm.
the fingers, and the one ring fell. And then that's how basically Sauron, his physical body, was killed because he went into like he kind of like inverted into himself and then blew out in this big like sonic boom that like knocked everyone over. But the
Yeah.
men and elves were successful. They thought they had stopped the evil. The problem was Isildur was almost immediately, you know, under the spell of the ring. He was corrupted by it. Eventually, he walked over this river, and he was cut down by orcs. Or I'm sorry, no, orcs didn't exist then. By goblins. Remember, orcs were later. He was cut down by goblins, him and his men, and then the ring fell into the river. Eventually, and actually, we're kind of moving up in the movies a little bit here, kind of. So, our good friend, you find out about Gollum. Gollum is like a twisted character. He was originally a type of halfling, like a hobbit, very similar to
Yeah.
the other
Very
ones.
similar. I was. Yeah.
But he kind of got messed up in the head from both the ring almost immediately. He was not a good representation of how future hobbits would be resistant to the power of the ring. Bilbo, I believe, was able to make it 60 years,
So
and he was okay, but, you know. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
how
Smeagol and
accurate
Diego. Oh.
how accurate to the books is that part of the story for the movies?
Um, I think the scenery is different. I think the point of it, though, is the same, which is Smeagol and Diego were the two hobbits. Smeagol killed Diego, and it may
Mm.
very. I honestly, Tom. I mean, it's been probably decades since I read the books. I will
Okay.
say, yeah, he did kill. Well, so for hobbits on their birthdays, they don't. They don't. On their birthdays, they give gifts to everyone else. They don't receive them. It was Smeagol's birthday, and Diego found, and it's kind of weird here. We're talking about the same name almost, and it only it becomes important later, not really here. But yes, he finds the ring, and Smeagol's like, "Well, you should give it to me for my birthday." And he's like, "But that's not how Hobbit birthdays work. You're supposed to give me, gifts or whatever." But anyway,
Okay.
Smeagol ends up killing Diego over the ring. In the
Yeah.
movies, they show them to be in this stream or river, and he like plucks it out. He drowns him and plucks him out. Why is that important? Well, later you'll find Gollum is twisted. He not only is he corrupted by the ring, he is twisted in his head, where he thinks Diego and Smeagol are still there, and he's both of them, which is kind of and that's why what was his name? The actor's name was Andy Serkis, I believe, and he
Yeah. Yeah.
won.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah. Yeah.
won.
And
He
yes.
won. He won awards for his acting for the Gollum
Mhm.
character. Gollum is a twisted fuck. I mean, that's all I can really. Sorry for the F word there, but Gollum is a twisted fuck. He's twisted by the ring because he wore it for so many years and he wants it back, but yet he's also enslaved by the thought. Well, he wants to kind of listen and go along with Frodo and Sam, but it all becomes a little twisted later. So
Yeah.
let's
No.
go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say. I mean, I really liked when they had him and Frodo and Samwise like all working together.
Well,
But
Sam hates Gollum.
Sam hates
Frodo,
Gollum.
but
Yes.
Frodo is sympathetic. He's sympathetic. Like he under. This is the thing. Frodo is slowly being corrupted by the ring. So when he looks at
Yes.
Gollum, a creature. So here's the thing. Here's like if you really want to know like the analogy here is what is Gollum? Gollum is a crackhead. He's a meth head. He
Yes.
is a drug addict on the streets who has been but the drug was not a substance that he could imbibe. The drug was wearing the ring. He is just this.
Yep.
He is an addict beyond anything you can imagine. Because not only here's the weird thing, it prolonged
The
his
ring is
life.
his precious.
His precious, my precious. He, the ring gave him long life. The ring let him turn invisible. The ring gave him a lot until the ring purposefully, and that's more in The Hobbit, where the ring turns on Gollum and joins with Bilbo because he doesn't see the ring wants to get out. The ring wants to corrupt things, right? The ring doesn't want to sit
Now
there in some
it wants
mountain.
to get back to Sauron.
Yeah, well, eventually, yeah, after going through corrupting so many creatures. But the thing was, yeah, Bilbo was. So this is the thing: the ring can make choices, right? The ring can make decisions. It knew staying with Gollum in the heart of that mountain, eating fish all day, that wasn't going to get the ring where he needed to go. He saw Bilbo as his way out of
It's
there.
all fishy sweet.
My precious. Anyways, we'll go into that. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's go back to the Fellowship of the Ring thing. So what happens is at the end of the movie. So Boromir. Oh yes, everyone's favorite Boromir.
Boromir, I love Boromir.
Boromir was slowly being twisted by the power of the ring, but at the end he realized.
Which, by the way, I've been rewatching. I started rewatching Game of Thrones. So, actor who played Boromir,
Yes, who was all. Yeah,
fucking love that guy.
he's the father. Yeah, Bera. Anyway, well, that's another show. All right,
That's another show. Yes.
so continuing on, yeah, Boromir finally realized. Okay, at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, Boromir realizes his ways are not good, so he makes the ultimate sacrifice. He gets shot a bunch of times so the orc. Oh yeah, so who were the orcs?
Fantastic death.
Almost
I
every
have
time,
to.
every
I
movie he
have
has
to
a
raise my glass anytime I watch that scene.
Indeed, raise it, Tom, raise it. You got any more left in that glass?
I fucking got
Bo-
plenty
to,
left.
to Boromir. Oh, yes. If only we all had so much courage and bravery as that man.
And let's send his cleaves and two Warhorn
Oh, yes.
back to his dad.
And that we'll go into Faramir in a second here. But so
Oh, fucking Faramir. Oh, shit.
his brother. Anyways, all right, we'll go into Gondor that'll be let's go a little bit further here. All right, because we're losing time, man. We are going all over the place, and I don't know who's going to follow this, but
We
let's.
fucking are, yes.
All right, so what happened was, I'm gonna go really fast here. Gandalf thought he could trust Saruman. Saruman also corrupted but not corrupted by the ring, but just by the sheer power of Sauron. Saruman was the leader of the wizards. He was the white. Gandalf was the gray. Well, lots of bullshit happened. Saruman was corrupted through the Palantir. He thought that Sauron was like his best friend, or he was the best. He was going to win. He took goblins and mutated them somehow and made orcs, which are like a stronger, more, I guess, burlier form of goblin.
Orokai.
Orokai. Yep. And then the Black Eye. Yep. And that was their whole thing. And then they cut down a bunch of forests. Ents are like tree people. They got pissed. The whole fellowship got split up.
Chance.
Yeah. The whole fellowship got split up. Frodo. The important parts are Frodo and Sam went off because they knew after they saw what happened with Boromir, they knew the power of the ring would corrupt every one of the fellowship until whatever. Frodo personally wanted to take the ring by himself. Sam, who can't swim, tried to drown himself by swimming. Frodo saved him
And cut his foot very badly in the
in the books.
filming of that scene.
Yeah. Sean Astin, actor's name.
Yes, Sean
And if
Astin.
you don't know Frodo's Elijah Wood at this point. Really bright blue eyes, Like beautiful blue eyes. Oh God, he's such a beautiful man. That Elijah Wood. Anyways,
Okay.
long story.
If only I were gay.
You don't have to be gay to enjoy his gaze. Anyways, all right. So that's what happened at the end of Fellowship of the Ring. We're gonna cut through Two Towers here. Two Towers. Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli find the Riders of Rohan. Secretly, their king is being corrupted by Wormtongue, Grima Wormtongue. The king gets out of his stupor, and whatever happens, Gandalf,
Fantastic scene, by the way. That I love that scene
Brad,
where
God, what's his name? Brad,
Gandalf goes in and it's like,
uh,
"Fuck you,
Star Trek,
Saruman."
Star Trek Voyager. Same actor, Brad, whatever the fuck his name is. He
Brad
actually,
Dorff,
yes, Brad Dorf, and he also
who
has.
also does for Child's Play. He does the voice
Oh,
of the
yep. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. He also has pretty intense eyes, but his are a deep, like kind of like a brown. So a
yeah.
little different than Elijah's, but
I
also.
remember him commenting on in an interview was like, "I have to fucking shave my eyebrows again." And like, "Yep."
Sorry, Brad. Sorry, Brad. Time to shave. No. Anyways, all right. So, yeah, that was the Riders of Rohan. What happens? Frodo, Sam, and Gollum, they have issues. Sam hates Gollum. Frodo feels sympathetic to Gollum. Gollum is trying to manipulate the entire time, and eventually, at the end of that, they end up. He does turn on them, and leads them to Shelob. She is a spider-like creature, but she is intelligent. She's not. I mean, I shouldn't
Yeah.
say type creature. She's like a giant spider, but she has like
She
the
is
big.
a giant spider.
She has the brain though of like a human. She's not. She doesn't think like a spider. She's sentient. Like she knows like what the fuck's going on. So okay, we'll burn across that. Okay, what happens next? So Riders of Rohan were successful. They drove off the Uruk-hai army. They have to ride though to go save Gondor. Gondor needs no king. Oh wait, because that was a different thing. Because Gondor has stewards. So basically, Aragorn, his bloodline, whatever you want to call it, they were supposed to be the kings of Gondor, but because of
Yeah.
their absence, they had stewards. And Boromir and his brother Faramir were brought up, and the crazy father Denethor, I believe his name is Denethor, crazy father, they were supposed to be stewards of the city of Gondor, which was also another like goodly city, all humans, living whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go fast here, just because we're coming up. I'm gonna go fast here. But I wanna include as much as I can. Okay, so Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas leave the army of Rohan to go recruit the Ghost Army. Army of the Damned. They betrayed their oath. They were oath breakers, but Aragorn was able to convince them to redeem themselves if these ghosts fought in one last battle. They wouldn't have to be these undead, tortured creatures, whatever they were, ghosts. Obviously, they were not happy with their current existence, and they wanted to move past it. The only way to do it was to have Aragorn promise them whatever. So, anyways, Battle of Gondor. The Rohan has not arrived yet. Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli show up. They blast through this whole army of orcs and goblins and elephants, which are like big mammoth-like creatures. We're gonna go fast here, Tom. Don't worry. So that happens. Then the Rohan arrive, and what's her face? Human girl from Rohirrim or Rohan. She is in love with Aragorn, but realizes it's never going to happen. She kills the Witch King of Angmar, and he's like, "No man has ever stood before me." And she's like, "But it is a woman who slays you," or whatever. Blah blah blah. Third wave feminism. Just kidding. Third wave feminism. We move on. All right, Gondor is getting attacked pretty heavily. Faramir, who is Boromir's brother, Denethor, his father, is like, I wish Boromir was alive and you were dead, or something like that. Faramir gets super injured, leading this assault out, but he lives. Uh, they try to burn him alive. Gandalf is able to show up. He knocks the shit out of Denethor. He saves Faramir from being burned alive, and he rouses all of the people of Gondor into fighting back. They win. Now, problem. Diversion time. Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, they all realize, hey, the ring still has not made it to Mount Doom yet. Frodo's not there yet. We can't just do this. So they attack the Black Gates of Mordor. They're trying to create a diversion. They're diverting Sauron's gaze from Mordor back to where they're fighting. So they go up to the Black Gate and they just attack it. And in the movie, they're surrounded by orcs and whatever, and you just see like them like kind of compressed into like this circle, and they fight. They're not fighting. They don't even necessarily expect to live, right, Tom? They're creating a diversion so that Frodo has a chance. Now, Frodo, Gollum, Sam, they all make it to the end of Mount Doom. And at the very end, the very, very end, Frodo is twisted. He becomes a twisted addict as much as Gollum. And he has the ring, and Sam's like, throw it in, throw it in. And Frodo's like, and you know what? Thank God for Elijah Wood's blue eyes, because those eyes in that I can't even do it. In that show, he was like, just like the utter betrayal. He's like, no, and he puts the ring on like he's gonna be the new Lord of the Ring. Like he's corrupt. Frodo is corrupted. Frodo is an addict at this point. He wants
at that
and
point,
then
he was
Gollum grabs
done
him, bites his hand, bites off the finger, and the ring flies.
But I saw the fucking finger.
Yep. And he tries to put it on. He's like, yeah, yeah. And he does a little dance at the end. And but Sam, good old Sam, reliable Sam. Anyways, long story short, that's the three movies in a nutshell. That was about as fast as I could possibly tell the story of the movies. Anything else you want to add there, Tom? Before we,
I've got nothing else to add.
Nothing to add at this time.
No, watch the movies, drink this fucking wine, and you'll be happy.
All right, and I will say a few things here. Please, if you like what you've seen tonight, like, subscribe, share, comment negative, comment positively, whatever you want to do. We would love to hear from all of you. You know, we just want to hear from you all. So if you like anything that you saw, do any of those actions, and we'll be super happy. And yeah, that's basically about all that I could say at this point. If you want to see more from us, give us input. We would love to hear. You want to talk about some geeky, some science fiction, some fantasy thing, we'll talk about it. You want to drink something? Let us the hell know. And
yeah,
and we will.
We'll taste test the fuck out of that shit.
All right. We're at the end of what we are here. Tom, anything to add before I end the show?
No, I don't have anything.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.